You know your bank account is empty. You look at new bike prices and want to cry. Relax. The manufacturers built bargain bikes just for the financially challenged. We dug through history to find the absolute cheapest motorcycles ever sold by the 13 biggest brands. From Honda to Harley, are these hidden gems or rolling garbage? We will tell the unvarnished truth and roast you for buying a budget Ducati. Let's go bargain hunting, you cheap goat. Number 13, Zero XB. We begin our descent into poverty with the future of transportation, or at least the cheapest version of it. And you know what makes this even worse? This bike doesn't even roar. IT zooms. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zero Motorcycles is usually the Tesla of the bike world, selling expensive machines that cost as much as a Honda Civic. But for 2026, they introduced the XB to capture the budget market and attract the youth. If you want to save the planet on a shoestring budget, you will be paying roughly $4,395. Since it is a brand new model, there is no used market yet, so you are paying full retail price for a glorified bicycle. Here is the harsh reality of what you get for your money. You get an electric motor that propels you to a dizzying top speed of roughly 45 to 50 miles per hour. That means you are legally prohibited from entering a highway. You are trapped in the city limits, doomed to navigate surface streets while minivans pass you. The range is even more anxiety-inducing, offering maybe 30 to 40 miles of city riding before the battery dies and leaves you stranded at a Starbucks looking for an outlet. It is extremely light at under 150 pounds, which is good because you will likely be pushing it home. It is weird because it blurs the line between a mountain bike and a motorcycle. It feels like something you should be riding on a sidewalk, but it has a license plate. It is cheap because the battery is tiny. In the world of electric vehicles, the battery is the money. Small battery equals small price equals small range. Comfort is non-existent. The seat is basically a plank of foam designed for a dirt bike, meaning after 20 minutes your backside will go numb. However, reliability is the one shining light here. Electric motors do not break. There are no valves to adjust, no oil to change, and no gas to buy. Your maintenance consists of checking the tire pressure and trying not to cry when you see real motorcycles blasting down the freeway. You bought a $4,000 extension cord. You cannot leave your neighborhood. You will spend more time charging it than riding it. But hey, at least you can tell everyone you are saving the polar bears while you wait for the bus. Are you ready to go electric? Or do you still need the sound of explosions between your legs? Click that like button if you prefer gas, and subscribe if you think the future is silent. Zero offers new tech for a low price, but our next manufacturer offers ancient technology for a premium price. This is the cheapest way to join the most exclusive club in motorcycling. Number 12, Harley-Davidson Street 500. You want the badge, you want the shield, you want to be a real biker, but you cannot afford a road glide. Welcome to the Harley-Davidson Street 500. And let's be honest, this is a good-looking bike. To get into the Harley Club on a budget, this is the absolute floor. When new, it costs $6,800. Now on the used market, you can find them for $3,000 to $4,000. Don't be fooled, because this bike pissed off the entire Harley faithful when it launched. It uses the Revolution X engine. That means it is liquid-cooled. It has a radiator. It does not sound like a potato. It sounds like a sewing machine. It was built in India for the global market and Kansas City, but the real bikers called it Harley-Davidson. But don't listen to them. They're just salty. It produces barely 35 horsepower, which is embarrassing for a 500 cubic centimeter bike. But it is cheap because it is stripped down. There is plastic everywhere. The wiring looks like a spaghetti explosion. It lacks the chrome and the heavy metal feel of the big cruisers. But the badge is real, I guess. Comfort is a mixed bag. It is low and easy to ride, but the suspension is made of marshmallows and hate. Reliability, however, is decent. The Revolution X engine is a modern unit that doesn't leak oil on your driveway. Maintenance is cheaper too, but good luck finding a Harley dealer who wants to work on it without rolling their eyes. But let's be honest about the mockery. You are paying $4,000 to be the riding school bike. This is the bike Harley uses to teach people how to ride, and then they sell them. The old guys at the biker bar will make fun of your radiator. The sport bike guys will make fun of your weight. You are stuck in no man's land, paying a premium just to say you own a Harley. Harley makes you pay for the name. If you've been here a while, you already know what Iron Pulse is about. We drop the essentials: old school, rider-made style, the cap, for long miles and windy days. The T for the garage, the ride, and everywhere in between. The Mug for early starts and late nights planning the next run. No hype, just the mark. 20% off right now. Link in the description down below. Our next manufacturer does the same, but they add a layer of Italian suffering to the mix. Number 11, Ducati Monster 600. Ducati is a luxury brand. They sell exotic missiles to people who own yachts. So when they build a cheap bike, it is still expensive to the rest of us. The cheapest way to ever own a Ducati is the Monster 600 from the 90s. The price of admission on the used market is ridiculous. You can find these for $2,500 to $3,500, and that is crazy for this Italian beauty. Despite the price, it uses ancient technology. It is powered by the 583 cubic centimeter air-cooled L-twin engine. There is no radiator. It uses the old two-valve desmodromic system. It produces barely 50 horsepower, which is fun but not earth-shattering. Ducati stripped everything off to make it cheap for cheap goats like you. The dark models meant they were too lacy to paint it in a fancy color. It was just matte black to save money. It is raw and basic. Comfort is decent with a flat seat and wide handlebars, but the ergonomics are weird. The handlebars are far forward, stretching you out over the tank. That's why I would let my girlfriend ride this one. Reliability is distinctly Italian. The engine is mechanically solid, but the electronics are notoriously bad. Regulators fail, wiring melts, and ghosts live in the fuse box. But here is where they get you: maintenance. The purchase price is a trap. Every 7,500 miles, you have to pay for the Desmo service. This requires a specialized mechanic to adjust the valves using magic shims. It costs anywhere from $800 to $1,200. You might be able to afford the bike, but you cannot afford to ride it. You bought the lifestyle, but you are renting the mechanic. Ducati hurts your wallet. Our next manufacturer hurts your pride. They removed a gear from the transmission just to save a few pennies. Number 10, Indian Scout 60. Indian looked at the Harley Sportster and said, "We can do that." Then they looked at their own Scout and said, "How can we make this worse to sell it cheaper?" The result is the Indian Scout 60. You paid $8,999 for a new one back in the day. Used ones can be found for $5,500 to $7,000. It is literally a crippled version of the better bike. It uses a 999 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin, making 78 horsepower. But here is the kicker. It has a 5-speed transmission. The bigger Scout has a 6-speed. Indian deliberately removed 6th gear to make this bike cheaper and to force you to upgrade. It lacks chrome. Everything is blacked out plastic or matte metal. It is the bobber aesthetic, which is marketing speak for, "We didn't finish the bike." Comfort is absolutely terrible. The rear suspension travel is 2 inches. That is not a suspension, that is a suggestion. Every bump in the road is transmitted directly to your tailbone. You will need a chiropractor on speed dial. Reliability is actually very good. The Scout engine is modern, liquid-cooled, and tough as nails. Maintenance is standard, although accessing the engine for service is tight. Buying this is an admission of defeat. Every time you ride with a group, someone will ask, "Why didn't you get the big engine?" You will have to explain that 78 horsepower is plenty, while secretly wishing you had that 6th gear on the highway as your engine screams at high RPM. Does a missing gear matter to you? Tell us in the comments if you would buy a 5-speed bike in a 6-speed world. Indian gives you less gears. Our next manufacturer gives you cylinders that stick out sideways and rock the bike like a boat. Number 9, Moto Guzzi V7 Stone. The Moto Guzzi V7 is the tractor of the motorcycle world. It is quirky, it is Italian, and it is the entry point into the cult of the Eagle. A new V7 Stone costs $9,690, but older used models from the 2010s are a bargain at $3,500 to $5,000. It uses a 744 cubic centimeter transverse V-twin. The cylinders stick out the sides of the bike, right in front of your knees. If you are tall, you will bang your shins against the hot engine heads. When you rev the engine at a stoplight, the torque reaction twists the entire motorcycle to the right. It feels agricultural, it feels alive. It uses an air-cooled engine and a shaft drive. Finding a shaft drive on a budget bike is incredibly rare, And it is a huge selling point because you never have to clean or lube a chain. Comfort is surprisingly good. The seat is plush and the riding position is neutral. Reliability is solid because it is a low-stress engine that feels like it was built in 1950. Maintenance is a dream because the cylinder heads are sticking out in the breeze. You can adjust the valves in your driveway with a wrench and a beer in 20 minutes. This is the hipster's choice. You probably have a waxed mustache and drink craft beer. You bought this because a Triumph Bonneville was too mainstream. It is slow, it shakes, and it costs nearly 10 grand new, but you will swear it has soul while you struggle to keep up with modern traffic. Quick pit stop. I went out and put together a short list of the best rider tools and gadgets. The stuff that actually saves your day on the road. Here are all the essentials. It's all linked in the description under Grab the Gear here. It doesn't cost you anything extra, it just helps support the channel. Now back to it. The Italians are quirky. Our next manufacturer is German, but their cheapest bike isn't made in Germany. It is a badge engineering exercise. Number 8, BMW G310R. You want the propeller badge. You want to walk into the room and tell people I drive a BMW, but you have the budget of a Honda Civic owner. Enter the G310R. A new one will cost you $5,790. Used ones are everywhere for $3,800 to $4,500. It is weird because it is a BMW that has never seen Germany. It is manufactured in India by TVS, a company that makes millions of small commuter bikes. It shares its platform with the TVS Apache. It is cheap because it utilizes low-cost labor and mass-produced parts. The specs are modest. It uses a 313 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, making 34 horsepower. It features ride-by-wire throttle and upside-down forks, which look premium, but the performance is average. Comfort is actually very good. The seat is soft, and the ergonomics are upright and friendly for beginners. Reliability on early models was spotty with alternator issues and stalling, but the newer ones are sorted out. However, maintenance is where the joke is on you. It is the BMW tax. Even though the bike is cheap, the service department at the BMW dealership charges premium rates. An oil change and checkup can cost you $300 on a bike that barely cost $5,000. You bought the keychain, and the bike came with it. You are paying a premium for the logo on the tank. You will pull up next to an S1000RR and watch the owner look at you with pity. You are the budget beamer. BMW outsources to India. Our next manufacturer is Japanese, but they built a sport bike that weighs as much as a tank. Number 7, Suzuki GS500. Suzuki has some great cheap bikes, but the GS500 is the absolute legend of cheap. Back in the day, you could buy these new for barely $4,000. Today, used ones trade for $1,500 to $2,500. It looks like nothing. It has styling from the 80s because it was designed in the 80s and they just never changed it. It uses an ancient 487 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. It is air-cooled. It has a carburetor. It is so basic it hurts. It makes a paltry 45 horsepower, but the tragedy is the tech. It is cheap because it is made of heavy steel and old parts found in the back of the Suzuki warehouse. It is a couch. The handlebars are high and the seat is thick. It is a comfortable commuter. Reliability is typical Suzuki, meaning it will outlive the sun. You cannot kill this engine. Maintenance is annoying because of the carburetor shims, but the valve intervals are long. This is the roach of the road. It will survive a nuclear apocalypse. It is ugly, it is slow, and it is unkillable. You buy this because you are broke, not because you have taste. Suzuki is unkillable. Our next manufacturer is even older. It is a time traveler from the 1980s that Yamaha forgot to discontinue. Number 6, Yamaha Vstar 250. While Yamaha's MT-03 is technically close in price today, the Vstar 250, formerly the Virago 250, is the cheapest ever at barely $3,000 new back in the day, and by far the weirdest. Used models hold their value surprisingly well, selling for $2,500 to $3,500 because nobody ever sells them. This bike has been in production since the Jurassic period, 1988. It is the only authentic small displacement V-twin cruiser left on the market. It is weird because it is a brand new bike that still uses a carburetor. It has a rear drum brake. It has halogen lights that are about as bright as a birthday candle. It produces 21 horsepower from its 249 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin. Top speed is theoretically 80 miles per hour, but at that speed, the vibration will rattle your fillings out. It is cheap because the tooling was paid off in 1995. Yamaha is printing money with this thing. Comfort is actually very plush. The suspension is soft, and the seat height is ultra-low at 27 inches, making it perfect for short riders. Reliability is infinite. The air-cooled V-twin is understressed and overbuilt. Maintenance, however, requires you to know how to clean a carburetor. Do you know how to do that? No? You are about to learn. Buying a Vstar 250 is a bold choice. You are paying for technology that belongs in a museum. You will be the only person at the stoplight reaching down to adjust your choke lever while the Teslas zoom by. But hey, it sounds like a real cruiser if you put your ear right next to the exhaust pipe. Yamaha kept it old school. Our next manufacturer went premium budget with a bike that is actually shockingly good. Number 5. Triumph Speed 400. Triumph realized they were only selling bikes to rich guys named Nigel, so they decided to build a bike for the rest of us. The Speed 400 is the cheapest bike they have sold in the modern era. A new one costs $5,295. Used ones are hard to find cheap because they are still new and desirable, hovering around $4,500. It is a Triumph made in India by Bajaj. That keeps the cost down. It is a single-cylinder engine, which is rare for modern Triumphs that are famous for their twins and triples. But unlike the others on this list, it actually looks premium. It has gold anodized forks, it has bar-end mirrors, it has finish quality that embarrasses the Japanese bikes. It uses a 398 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single making 39.5 horsepower. It weighs a manageable 375 pounds. It features ride-by-wire throttle and traction control, which is unheard of at this price point. Comfort is decent, though the bike is compact. If you are over 6 feet tall, you will look like a giant riding a bicycle. The seat is firm but okay for city riding. Reliability is too early to tell long-term, but Bajaj makes millions of bikes, so it should be solid. Maintenance intervals are class-leading at 10,000 miles. That is huge for a budget bike. You bought a Triumph single. It's the baby Brit. You want the Steve McQueen cool factor, but you have a Steve from accounting budget. Just don't park next to a Thruxton 1200, or your bike will look like a Happy Meal toy. Are you brave enough to buy a first-generation model? Comment Baby Brit below if you trust the new Speed 400. Triumph went premium. Our next manufacturer went aggressive. This is the angry mosquito of the motorcycle world. Number 4, KTM 200 Duke. KTM is usually expensive, but they keep the 200 Duke around as the gateway drug to hook young riders. You can buy a new one for roughly $4,199, and they are often on sale for even less. Used ones are dirt cheap at $3,000. It is weird because it is a 200 cubic centimeter bike in a market dominated by 300s and 400s. It looks like the Super Duke 1390's angry little brother. It is built in India or the Philippines to keep costs rock bottom. It exists solely to hook you on the orange brand, so you eventually buy a bigger, more expensive KTM. It uses a tiny 199 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single making 25 horsepower, but it weighs only 330 pounds. It is incredibly light. It features WP Apex suspension and bi-bray brakes, which are decent components. Comfort is brutal. The seat is a plank of wood. The riding position is aggressive and cramps your legs. Reliability on small KTM singles can be a lottery. You need to watch for electrical gremlins and leaking displays. Maintenance parts are cheap, but dealer labor rates are still European. It sounds like an angry sewing machine. You will be shifting gears every 3 seconds because first gear lasts for about 10 feet. It is the bike for the person who drank 5 Red Bulls and has $4,000. KTM is aggressive. Our next manufacturer is purely nostalgic. They prioritize style over speed every single time. Number 3, Royal Enfield Hunter 350. The Royal Enfield Hunter 350 is the hipster's dream starter pack. It is designed to look good on Instagram and go nowhere fast. A new one costs just $3,999. Used ones can be snatched up for $3,000. It is built in India with steel everything. It weighs 400 pounds, which is heavy for a small bike. But the tragedy is the engine. It makes 20.2 horsepower from 349 cubic centimeters. That is an efficiency ratio from 1955. It is cheap because it is simple. No ride modes, no traction control, just an engine and wheels. Top speed is a vibrating 70 miles per hour, but you never want to go that fast. It is happiest at 45. Comfort is mediocre because the suspension is stiff and the rear shocks are basic. However, the engine is smooth at low speeds and has a nice thump. Reliability on modern Enfields is much better than the old ones, but expect the occasional loose bolt to fall off. Maintenance is incredibly easy. The valves are screw and lock nut. You can adjust them in your driveway with a wrench and a prayer. This bike is for the rider who values style over getting there on time. You will look great riding to the coffee shop, but you will be late because you physically cannot go on the highway. It is a vibe, not a performance machine. Royal Enfield is slow and steady. Our next manufacturer went small, really small, and they created a cult of hooligans. Number 2, Kawasaki Z125 Pro. Kawasaki saw the Honda Grom and said, "We want some of that action." Enter the Z125 Pro. A new one costs $3,699. Used ones hold steady at $2,500 to $3,000 because people thrash them. It is weird because it is a tiny, angry, naked bike. It has 12-inch wheels that make it handle like a shopping cart. The suspension travel is measured in millimeters. It is built in Thailand, where these are family haulers, but here it is a toy. It uses a 125 cubic centimeter air-cooled single, making 9.3 horsepower. Top speed is 60 miles per hour if you tuck really, really hard and haven't eaten lunch. It weighs just 225 pounds. Comfort is laughable. If you are over 6 feet tall, you will look like a bear riding a tricycle. Your knees will hit the handlebars. The seat is hard as a rock. Reliability is bulletproof. These engines spend their entire lives at the Revvy limiter and never blow up. Maintenance is almost free. It holds about 1 quart of oil. A full service costs less than a large pizza. Buying a Z125 Pro is an admission that you don't actually need to go anywhere. You just want to do wheelies in a parking lot. It screams, "I am not allowed on the highway." It is a clown car on 2 wheels, and that is why we love it. Do you like this video? Click that like button, and if you want to support us even more, become a member. Have early access to the newest videos. The Japanese mini bikes are fun, but our #1 entry is the absolute bottom of the barrel. It is a scooter going through an identity crisis. Number 1, Honda Navi. Before we talk about it, just admire this bike for a second. Even a midget looks big on this bike, but this is the undisputed king of the budget basement, the Honda Navi. This is the cheapest highway legal motorcycle you can buy. Wait, scratch that. It is not highway legal. The price is the headline. A new one costs $1,999. Used ones can be bought with your lunch money for $1,200. Nobody knows what it is. Is it a motorcycle? Is it a scooter? Honda says Mini Moto. We say it is a scooter going through an identity crisis. It has the engine in the rear, attached to the swing arm like a scooter, but it has a frame and gas tank hump like a motorcycle. It features a storage box where the engine should be. You can store your dignity in there because you won't be needing it while riding this. It uses a 109 cubic centimeter air-cooled single, making 7.8 horsepower. Top speed is 50 miles per hour downhill with a tailwind. It uses a CVT automatic transmission, so there is no clutch. It is cheap because it is technology from 1990. It uses a carburetor. Yes, in 2026, you have to use a choke lever. It has drum brakes on both ends. It has tiny 10-inch and 12-inch wheels that fall into potholes and never come out. Comfort is actually decent because the seat is wide, but the suspension is made of pogo sticks. Reliability is absolute. It is a Honda. It will run on spite. You could fill the tank with cooking oil and it would probably start. Maintenance involves changing the oil every 2,500 miles and tightening the drum brakes when you stopping. It costs pennies to run. If you buy this, be prepared for everyone to ask, "Where's the rest of it?" It is the perfect bike for the person who wants to say they ride a motorcycle but is terrified of clutch levers. It is the absolute cheapest way to put a license plate on 2 wheels, and for that, we have to respect it. Click the next video to continue the road trip. Join our tribe by subscribing. And if you want to support our channel and have early access on the newest videos, become a member. And don't forget to like this video. See you in the next one.